What's up everyone? Today I'm going to be doing a demonstration speech for you. Today's demonstration is going to be over how to reverse sear a steak. This is an awesome thing I learned about a year ago now, and I think it'd be awesome to share with everybody. It's probably one of the best ways to eat a steak in my personal opinion, and unfortunately I couldn't get the best steak because of the virus going around right now, so there's a lot of food sold out. But I can at least still show you guys the basic concept and show you what this steak should look like and how to cook it. So everybody stay tuned. Okay, so now we're out here at the smoker, and our first step's gonna be cutting our smoker on. And mine's electric, so I can just pick a temp, but if you have a different smoker, just do whatever you gotta do to get your smoker to 220 degrees. And now we're gonna head inside and season the steak. Alright everybody, now that we're back inside, we've got the steak out and we've got it ready to be seasoned. Today I'm gonna use some AP rub. It's an all-purpose seasoning. It's basically salt, pepper, and garlic. It gives you all those flavors that you're gonna want in a steak or anything. For that, like all your essential flavors come in here, and then we're going to add some other stuff on the back end. So you can see I cut it pretty heavy. These bigger steaks can take it. It's going to take all this salt and pepper and garlic. It's going to break this steak down and make it sweat and make all them flavors get down in the steak whenever it starts sweating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to come back to it and apply this Southwest Chipotle seasoning. Okay everybody, I've let this steak sit for 5 minutes and start to sweat, and that sweat is what I'm going to use as a natural binder to apply our Southwest Chipotle seasoning. I'm just going to do a light coat of this. It's really for a little bit of flavor and some color. So this isn't like the deciding factor of what the steak's going to taste like. It's just for a little presentation. I pat it in a little bit. I don't rub it, just pat it. I apply that to this side. And I got my grill out there coming up to 220 right now. I'm waiting on it. Let's see if I can get this to show it better. Waiting on it to get up to 220, and then I'm going to take the steak out there and we're going to put it on there for 50 minutes. And that's really just going to set these seasonings that I put on here already, and help us to get the bark built on this steak before we sear it, all the juices inside of it. I've got my grill coming up to 220. Should be there by the time we get out there. Here's our steak. It's looking great. Sweating. It's dark out here. It's kind of hard to see probably. See our grill, it's a little over 220. If it'll focus. It's at 233 right now, but that'll be all right. It'll come back down when we open it. I just want to throw that steak on the center of the grill, and we'll come check it in 45 minutes. Okay everybody, I made it back out to the smoker. We're going to check on the steak. It's been about 48 minutes. Usually I give it about 50. This is a little bit of a thinner steak though, so I'm going to pull it off right now. It's got the color I want, and it's got the bark buildup that I'm looking for. So we're going to take that off, put it on our plate. We're going to come down here to our grill. We're going to set it to 500. I'm going to shut the lid, and I'm going to take the steak inside. But while we're waiting for our steak to come up to temp, we'll leave our grill to come up to temp. We'll leave our steak in there, and then we'll take it back out there and throw it on for 2 minutes aside when it gets to 500. I just grabbed my steak back out of the microwave. We've got my cooker almost up to 500 degrees. Alright, I got my smoker up to 500 degrees. I'm taking the steak and I'm tossing it on. And we'll leave it on there for 2 minutes, and then we'll flip it. You see it sizzling? It's going to be good. It's locking that flavor in. Okay, so now that we got the steak back inside, we've let it rest for about 5 minutes, and you want to do that so the juices can come down, some of that heat can come off of it, and that flavor comes back into that steak. But I'm going to cut it up. That perfect medium rare. Cook on it. Look at all that juice flowing out of there. And I gotta try it. Some. That's a steak right there. So I want to go over with everything we've done today. Try to get my hands wiped off real quick. So we went to the store, we got a steak. It was supposed to be between 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches thick. That's the only way it'll work. That's what this time's set up for, to cook a steak that size. We want to get outside, get our smoker started, 220 to 225. Let it heat up to that. While that's heating up, you want to get your steak inside, get it seasoned with some all-purpose rub, that being salt, pepper, and garlic. And then I like to put a little bit of barbecue rub on the outside for flavor. Once we get that done, your grill should be heated up. You want to take your steak outside, put it on the grill. It should sit there for about 50 minutes. After that 50 minutes is up, you want to pull your steak off, let your grill heat up to 500 degrees, and that's the searing station time. We want to put that steak on that sear station for 2 minutes aside. After that, bring it back in the house, let it rest for 5 minutes, and then she's ready to eat. If you like it a little more done, you can leave it on there a little longer always, and you're always welcome to use your own seasonings with it. But I appreciate y'all tuning in to my demonstration of how to reverse sear a steak.